Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We were just making funny jokes about, like with one of those film things, Julie Irish was doing this.
Action.
As if we're like movie stars. So today, Tuesday, it's the last Tuesday before the summer solstice. Tuesday, June 16th. And once again, last night, just like walking down the street at 8:35, light in the sky, looking at those big leaves out on the trees, appreciating the light in the sky.
Yes. Oh, good. It was such a pretty sunset.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking some black tea.
I'm drinking green tea, my usual.
I got ice water.
Okay, so Sandra wins.
Yes, I do. Hydrating, usefully.
Way to go, Sandra. That is so nice. So anybody here have any Tuesday thoughts before we start this day in history? The screen froze.
You never know with technology.
That's right. Were we frozen, Anna?
Yes.
You were frozen.
Okay. I was just seeing, do either of you have any Tuesday thoughts to share before we launch into this day in history?
No, not really.
Yeah, okay, all right. So today, one of the folks whose birthday it is, who's famous, whose name many of us know, is Geronimo. He was born in 1829.
Wow.
Yeah, and he lived till he was 79, so he died in 1909. Now, like he was an Apache warrior, but it says here that his nationality was Mexican. So I don't know if that means that he was born on the political line of Mexico or if he moved there or what. So even if we don't say a single thing, we just say the name Geronimo. I'm guessing that everybody, knows that name and has a little something in their mind about Geronimo. I mean, you grow up hearing that like Geronimo.
Right.
And just known for being a warrior, Geronimo was. So the way this particular sheet puts it is that he was a legend of the untamed frontier. He was an Apache leader, and he led the Apaches' defense of their homeland against the United States military. And
That's a big deal.
yeah, I mean, the courage it must have taken to confront the United States military. So, well, okay, so it does say that he was born in Mexico, meaning that nation state, because as far as Geronimo and his people were concerned, they were born in their people's territory and the Apache territory. He was a naturally gifted hunter who, the story goes, as a boy swallowed the heart of his first kill in order to ensure a life of success on the chase. And that's certainly possible. I mean, people eat animal organs now, and there's, so there's no reason to doubt that happened.
Right. I believe it did. And I believe it did help him.
Mm-hmm. So he continued the tradition that was already in place of the Apaches resisting white colonization of their homeland in the Southwest. And he participated in raids in Sonora and Chihuahua in Mexico. After years of war, he finally surrendered to the U.S. troops in 1886. While he became a celebrity, he spent the last 2 decades of his life as a prisoner of war. He was married twice and had 7 children.
Wow.
And his quote is a little sad. I should never have surrendered. I should have fought until I was the last man alive. And so, just as out of recognition for the struggle that Native peoples on this continent faced, I just want to honor and respect all the tribes across the land and the devastation of colonization. And while while this happened years ago, we can all do small things to support Native cultures now, getting the resources and sovereignty and support that they need so that all their peoples are free and have access to everything they need.
Yes.
It was that, whew, it's a lot. That was a dark time in our history. We're experiencing a lot happening right now too, because clearly we're not done with civil rights. And it's good to be reminded, those of us that feel a little bit uncomfortable, maybe rather than feeling bad about that, we could say, you know what, this is something I can do. I can feel my discomfort and dedicate my discomfort on behalf of justice for all peoples everywhere. It's never too late for justice.
That's right.
You know what I find fascinating about Geronimo is they know his birth date. Somewhere that had been documented. That
Interesting.
it was. I'd love to know more about his childhood and where he grew up and what the circumstances were, because to know the date of his birth, usually back then you didn't, that stuff was written in Bibles or I just find it fascinating
That's
that
really
we know
good
the
point.
date.
Yeah. I know. I don't know what that, if it were the Maya, the Maya had such a great timekeeping system. I don't know if the Apache had their own timekeeping system as well.
I might do a little research into that one.
Yes. And then tell us. Maybe you can tell
I
us on
will.
Coffee Talk Thursday. Let's see. Okay, this is kind of interesting. In 1816, Lord Byron reads Phantasmagoriana. I'm probably not pronouncing
Oh, that sounded good.
to his 4 house guests, Percy Shelley, Mary Shelley, Claire Claremont, and John Polidori. And he challenges each of them to write a ghost story. And as a result of that challenge, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein, John Polidori's short story, The Vampire, and Byron's poem, Darkness.
Wow.
It's interesting. I'm reading this trilogy, the All Souls trilogy right now. And it's about like witches and vampires, not everyone's cup of tea. But one of the things that they go back in time and they show how in England there were these groups of artists and writers collectives. It's like historical fiction, just like this, just like what's in Today in History. That were like working together and feeding ideas off each other, probably like what's happening today. I just don't know about it. Or like Thoreau and Emerson.
Right.
And whatever those, what are they called? What were they? They had a name for what those land-based people were. Henry David Thoreau, right? Okay, I forget.
Yeah.
High school English, but we all hopefully know what we're talking about, that those writers work together.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see here. In 1903, the Ford Motor Company is incorporated by Henry Ford and 11 investors.
Wow.
1903.
And wasn't that like the time where there were like 20 businesses in the stock market?
Yes, because it was very early on. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that one other time.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
In 1956, Georgie Grant, or Gorgie Grant, Gorgie? The Wayward Wind. Wayward wind is a mighty wind. I think I'm making it up as I go.
Yeah, no, I know that song.
Am I
Nice
right?
old, like Americana country song.
Is this like something Roy Rogers would have sang? Wayward wind.
And in 1990, the number one hit was by Roxette. It Must Have Been Love. I remember that.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I bet if you heard it.
That it's over now.
Oh, nice.
Na,
Of
na,
Yeah.
course. Of course. Yes. How did I forget?
Yeah.
So, oh wait, we just have to go back. Henry David Thoreau was a transcendentalist.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe that's what those were. Okay. Just wanted to find that out.
In 1960, Alfred Hitchcock's film Psycho is premiered. The horror thriller starring Anthony Perkins and Vera Miles has become one of the classics of the genre.
Yeah. That's a pretty big
Psycho.
deal. Psycho came out.
Is that the one where in one of the scenes there's like or you hear red rum? Is that from the Psycho?
No, that's from The Shining.
Shining, that's right. Okay, never mind. I was never into scary movies, so I
I
watched
was the
that.
Norman and his mother.
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates at the Bates Motel.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
I remember seeing that as a kid and it scared the heck out of me.
I've never been a fan of scary movies.
That was like me when I saw Salem's Lot in 4th grade. Some child's parents let her show it at a sleepover birthday party.
Oh,
I know. It was rated R.
yeah, that's not cool.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. So, okay, first, before we skip over, I wonder who among our guests and family members who likes horror movies, because some people are really into horror movies.
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
it'd be
I
interesting to-
don't like those like Friday the 13th style
No.
horror movies.
Yeah, I don't like slasher movies. I like a good suspense.
Yes. I like so I mean, would Psycho be considered a good suspense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he did kind of take a knife to a shower party.
Yeah.
But you really couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Just the knife cord.
Oh my god.
I like those who's that guy? Oh, M. Night Shyamalan movies.
I'm more interested in that.
I like that, like Signs, Sixth Sense.
Yes, that is up my alley.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not the bloody, gory, makes you jump every 5 minutes. I don't like that.
Although Emma will tell you I'm awful to watch those movies with because I like them, like Signs, but I scream. You know, when things happen, I'm like, I get very animated about things.
I'm the same way. I always have to warn whoever might be watching with me. I might get a little loud.
Yeah. So this is interesting. In 2010, the world's first countrywide total tobacco ban goes into effect. So
Awesome.
a country in 2010, a country totally banned tobacco production. What country? Bhutan. I love Bhutan, and this just seals the deal for me. And that little country by Tibet, who's got gross national happiness, and what a lovely country. So Bhutan banned the cultivation, harvesting, production, and sale of tobacco and tobacco products. It is still legal in the country to smoke in a private setting, but obtaining tobacco products legally is close to impossible.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I like that.
That, you know, some people might feel like that's a little too restraining on their liberties. maybe they wish they could grow it in their own yard. But then you get into, then you have to regulate so it's not being sold, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I just think about like, I was just talking about this with my mother this weekend. Some of our friends who smoke so much and they're smoking 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes, and gosh, how the money out of their pocket, it's a very hard addiction. I have a friend who recovered from crack addiction.
Oh my gosh.
And he
Wow.
said that it's harder to quit smoking cigarettes than crack.
Wow. I have heard that before too.
So there you go.
So we have a little joke. Well, if you want to call it that. When everything's coming your way, you're in the wrong lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's a theme here.
Yes, I thought that myself.
Yeah. When everything's coming your way, you're in the wrong lane. Well, what if it's all great that's coming our way?
Yeah, like that's how I would embrace it.
Yeah. Like, sweet.
So many ways we could look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Health coming my way. Winning lottery tickets. Beautiful
Everything just
people, nice weather.
Yeah, everything lining up.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But we know what they mean. We know what they mean. They mean a sense of overwhelm.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
In the wrong lane, because that kind of empowers us to shift over to the other lane. But that's not really so much like a joke.
No, it's not.
Because the jokes have been good. We've been like
Laughing.
Yeah. We've been laughing.
Which we need more of.
Yes.
Yes.
We should add maybe 2 or 3 jokes at the end of these coffee talks. We'll just, we could start with a joke, maybe have a joke in the middle, and then end with a joke.
Okay. That's a good idea. Let's try to remember that before we start recording the next time.
Yeah, we'll
compile some jokes together.
We'll research.
Yeah.
Love the idea. So Tuesday, here we are. Tuesday, you're like a star.
I love it.
Any final words?
Hydrate, people. It's going to get warm this week.
Okay.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Laugh as much as you can.
Yes. Walk.
Yes. Taking the fresh air.
Taking the fresh air and just keep moving. And it doesn't have to be, some kind of, you don't have to jog, but just walk.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We hope to see you on Zoom.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.